Well, this is something that definitely pisses me off a bit. And I think it really shows the mentality of a lot of the religious, not everyone, mind you, just a lot of those, especially evangelicals and very proselytizing ones. Obama and the DOD is talking about banning proselytizing and requesting that you don't do it, especially overseas to those you're supposedly protecting. And it starts to become an issue. Why Christians like Kennedy are freaking out and saying it's cleansing Christianity. It wants to get rid of Christians in the military. They can't talk about being Christians or anything like that. No, that's not the issue. If you as a regular military officer or enlisted want to speak to others about being a Christian, that's fine. The problem is when the military uses the chain of commands and whatnot to force people to be religious. When you have mandatory prayers before everything, even if you're an atheist or Buddhist, and they're always very Christian prayers. When you have, like at West Point and other places where you get more passes to leave base if you're a Christian going to Christian events than if you're a secularist going to secular events or anything like that. Where you have the health way of telling somebody's mental health has a thing that determines how religious you are, and you get docked points if you're not religious, where you have all these things really just showing that they don't care about respecting other people's beliefs or lack of beliefs. It's all about forcing religion on other people when they can. And this is the same problem with schools. Why so many things are happening in schools like I mentioned the other day. They want to force it upon people. Make it mandatory to be their form of Christianity. And it starts to get extremely scary when you start to see groups like there was problems over in Iraq and Afghanistan where you had groups of religious people using military vehicles and military time when it should be out guarding and doing patrols to proselytize. Sometimes even using the military itself as a means. This is wrong. You wonder why people there don't like you. It's because you're forcing yourself upon them, using might and authority to do so. If you want to be a Christian, have Christian prayers, fine, but leave the rest of us out of it, especially those that don't believe in you. Oh, let's not forget that a lot of this tends to be very Protestant, very fundamentalist Protestant to be exact. So like Catholics and non-fundamentalist Protestants are forced into these things, and that should piss them off just as much, because it's forcing some other's idea of Christianity upon you. And if you're not the right form of Christianity, well, too bad, you get deducted pay or other things. You get in trouble for not doing what they want. This is nonsense. There was a case recently at, I think it was West Point or one of the military colleges or whatever, where a kid went there, an atheist kid went there, and as I said, he saw treatments of Christians getting better treatment, getting more day passes, being ostracized for being a non-Christian, having problems, mental health problems, and having to quit because they were forcing their beliefs on him and making it really hard for him as a non-Christian to be there. That is wrong. You do not have the right to do that. Separation of church and state. Treat everybody the way you would want to be treated if it was another group. Like if it was a Muslim in charge of the military, would you want them forcing Islam upon you? Have some humanity. Have some decency. So rate, comment, subscribe down below. Let me know your thoughts. Because this is definitely something that kind of pisses me off.